Hello everyone, this is Hiran. In this video, I'm going to talk about sustainable clothing. We live in a bizarre world that is filled with people seeking acceptance through social media, society, and close family members. Even without our conscious knowledge, we are being driven by the society to look in a certain way or make sure that we are looking different every time we appear in a social gathering or on social media. And how do we address this problem today? I'm sure most of us know how it is to post a picture of ourselves on Instagram, especially when we realize that we are wearing something similar to what we wore on our last post. And what do? We quickly think, oops, I don't have enough clothes to wear and we need to buy new ones, isn't it? Did you know that last year in Britain, 12.5 billion pounds worth clothes were thrown away because 1 in 6 people did not want to be seen in the same outfit. Also, moreover, 132 metric tons of coal is used in dyeing, making new fabrics and garments, and about 6 to 9 trillion liters of water is put to use. Knowing all these facts, it really made me question my clothing choices. For starters, if we look at our wardrobe and ask ourselves, how many pairs of clothes do we need in a lifetime versus how many do we actually have stuck in our wardrobe even without putting them to use? When I wanted to learn more about sustainable clothing, I came across this interesting article about Mrs. Sudha Murthy, the chairman of Infosys. Since more than 20 years, she did not buy a single sari. While Mrs. Sudha Murthy was in Kashi, she participated in a holy dip, and there is a belief that once you give up something that you love, it is meant to do good. And she gave up shopping, particularly saris. Whatever the reason is, she is clearly contributing to a better world and practicing sustainable clothing. She quotes that the beauty of a person lies in simplicity and in confidence, and she also mentions to live for ourselves rather than for others. She says that taking this pledge to get rid of the things that she did not need anymore gives her a sense of freedom. Isn't it an inspiring story? Another story that caught my attention is of Kusuma Rajaya, who is the founder of Ahimsa Silk. Ahimsa means non-violence in Hindi. Silk is a huge part of Indian women's wardrobe. It is actually passed down as a prized possessions from our matriarchs, and also it is kept in the wardrobes for generations together. But did you know that to make a silk sari, around 20,000 to 30,000 silkworms are killed? I'm aware that most of the people's livelihood is dependent on making saris, or especially silk saris. However, the cruelty cannot be ignored. In 2000, Kusuma Rajaya found a way to create this wonderful fabric without harming the silkworms. Since then, Ahimsa Silk continues to sell about 200 saris a year, more than 1200 stalls, and about 10,000 meters of fabric. And this is a wonderful thing. Now he gets orders from across the globe and also presented this wonderful fabric to celebrities like Courtney Cox and Pope Francis. The work that Kusuma Rajaya puts in is wonderful, and it only is possible because of his passion, because it's not an easy job. His main objective is to make people aware that silk can be produced cruelty-free and it can still be worn with pride and without any guilt and style. After reading such inspiring stories, I definitely started to question my clothing choices even more. Did you ever have a feeling that I have nothing to wear despite having a wardrobe filled with clothes? Well, you're not alone. A lot of people consider shopping to be therapeutic, and this is just a way out in terms of pleasing our mind with something new and something fresh. If you closely notice, among the 10 videos that I appeared in Hiran Swap so far, at least among 3 I wore the same t-shirt, the one I'm wearing right now. I do enjoy looking different, I do enjoy wearing new things, but it doesn't necessarily mean all the time, only probably for some special occasions or when it really matters. And yes, if you do want to have a fresh look, try and accessorize or try some new headbands or something which makes you feel different and fresh. Nowadays, most of the brands, no matter big or small, are aware and they have to be accountable for what they're producing. As consumers, we can be more aware and only promote those brands which are having sustainable practices. We don't just have to shop, we can also go vintage, we can repeat our clothes, or while we were kids. I think I at least had my cousins passing down clothes for me and I really enjoyed wearing it. It's just that because of the fast fashion availability, the clothing has become so cheap and we don't value the fabric anymore. Why not go back to that? Why not go back to sharing clothes and exchanging stuff and still feeling like we are wearing something new? It was deeply rooted from the culture that I come from to make the most of what we have. Our grandparents did, our parents did their part, and now it's our turn. And let's do what we can. Michelle Obama, Kate Middleton, and Deepika Padukone, global icons and celebrities. I love the way they are repeating clothes and normalizing that it's still fine. Not only that, also some celebrities are launching eco-friendly lines. For instance, Alia Bhatt, a Bollywood actress, recently started a clothing line for children called Edamama, which keeps sustainability in the core of it. And it's also not just producing clothes, but also making sure that everything that is sourced from buttons to the fabric is only sustainable. Public figures being responsible and taking decisions inspire a lot of people. And why just them? Why can't even we step up and become those examples who promote sustainability? We need to get over the social pressure of using clothes just once. And it all started with fast fashion, making clothes much cheaper and also using the fabric that really doesn't last for long. These clothes look extremely tempting with wonderful colors, new fashions, and a lot of trending patterns. But we need to ask ourselves, do we really need that or is it just attractive? Well, after listening to all this, now you might ask me, all right, Haran, how can we contribute to reduce the carbon footprint? Well, did you know that if we buy clothes only once in 9 months, we can reduce the carbon footprint by at least 30%? Yes, that is a huge contribution. Rather than just going for a shopping spree whenever we feel like, making sure that we are buying only when it is needed, or even if you can stop beyond 9 months, it is perfect. Here are 5 points that can help us contribute to reduction of carbon footprint. The first thing is say no to fast fashion. Yes, by this I mean let's not buy clothes that are just cheap or that are just trendy. Rather, investing in a sustainable brand that lasts for longer and making sure that we can reuse those clothes is a wonderful thing to do. And the second thing is be aware. There are a lot of wonderful brands out there which are sustainable and eco-friendly. Doing a little bit of research of where we want to buy before we step out for shopping is going to make a huge difference. The third thing is buying clothes that work in all seasons. By no means I'm saying don't buy season-specific clothes. Of course, we need a winter jacket if we are living in cold countries. But buying layers that work for winters and using the same one as an outer layer for autumn or summer work the best way. And the fourth thing is donate unwanted clothes. Purging definitely helps. Keep a rule that if you're buying one, definitely donate one. And finally, the fifth one is to go vintage. Vintage clothes have zero impact. Wearing a mother's sari or grandmother's sari, I think we should rather take pride in wearing them because it's such a lovely thing being able to share such level of heritage. Also, another easy practice could be exchanging clothes with your friends or cousins. Sometimes wearing the same thing can be boring, but you don't have to bring in a new one. You could just exchange and it still gives a similar level of joy. I can understand that all the above methods mentioned might not suit everyone, but at least you can start with one. By doing so, we definitely have some perks. You're saving a lot of time and energy in going shopping, and we're saving money and also making some difference the carbon footprint. Do share any tips or practices that you follow and hope the tips that I've shared and the stories that I've mentioned might be of some use. Make sure you subscribe for more content if you enjoy these videos. Thank you so much for watching.